Hey, this is Tyler with Dieselgeek. Today's video covers fine-tuning your Sigma shifter if you are having problems finding your gears. We're going to start off by doing the elevator test, and in the elevator test, basically what you do is you either have a helper that sits inside the car, or you can put your phone in the engine compartment and record what's going on with the shifter while you move the stick inside. So, to perform the elevator test, what we're going to do is we're going to grab the stick here and we're going to gently push it over against the wall as though you're going for, say, first or second gear. And then we're going to watch what's going on inside the car. Now, I've intentionally done a pretty bad job of adjusting this shifter. So this is an example of what you should not see. But anyway, over to the wall, and we'll see that plate drop down, and then we're going to go into second. And it's a pretty hard shift, and you notice that that front to back plate dropped down a good bit when it went into second. So just to see that again, over to the wall, and then it drops down a bunch more as it goes into second. And so the problem here is that the side-to-side cable, which is the plastic upper cable end, is not adjusted properly. And so you can either go back and redo the adjustment, or you can fine tune it like we're about to show. So now what's going on when we were going into second is this was coming down, but the cable wasn't driving the bell crank down far enough, and so it was having to drop down farther. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of cable out of this cable end. And it's always nice to know where you started so you don't get lost. So we're going to take a marker here and we're just going to paint that cable right where it goes into the end. And that way, if we do this 4 times and get all turned upside down and can't remember which way was up and where we started, then we'll be able to figure it out. So anyway, we can go back to neutral, and we'll open this cable end, and we're going to come out, you really like a thread or 2 at a time. So that's actually about 4, but we'll just give that a shot. So we're going to go back into the car, and we're going to push the stick to the wall, and then we're going to drop it into second. And it's still dropping down just a little bit. So we're going to open that cable end again. We're going to come out about 1 more thread, close the cable, and repeat. Now that's pretty good. We've still got a little bit of wiggle room, but given that this is a MQB and it doesn't have our super pin in it, we have some slop in the system anyway, and so that's about as good as it's going to get. But you can still pretty easily find all the gears. So if you've done the adjustment a few times and you're just really not getting anywhere, and especially if you have a car that's up there in miles, then odds are that you either have slop in the system, or if you're northeast or near the ocean, then you may have buildup in that tube, or any of the other usual suspects as far as that'll cause binding or play in the system. And you need to go watch our video or our videos regarding diagnosing shifter slop. But if you've got a relatively low mileage car and you're just having a little bit of problems getting first or second gear, then give the elevator test a shot and make sure that this plate isn't dropping up and down, jumping up and down when you go into gear. And if it is, then you can use the method we just showed to dial it in.